What's up everybody, Smoove Cosplaya here, your favorite salsa dancing cosplayer. Now if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that I talk a lot about cosplay and what it means to cosplay. Now I subscribe to just the bare bones definition of cosplay, which is just the mixture of the two words costume and play. So basically, if you have a costume on your body, regardless of how you acquired it, and if you are playing, you're having fun, then you are free to call yourself a cosplayer. Now, there are some people out there who add a few extra rules on top of that. Some of these rules I rock with, some of these I don't. One rule that I definitely don't F with at all is the idea that you have to make your costumes yourself. I honestly think that's just a very elitist outlook on it. You know, not everybody's a seamstress or a phone-smith. I want to do that myself eventually, but I don't think anyone should have to learn those learn those skills before calling themselves a cosplayer. I don't think anybody has to wait until they've learned those to call themselves a cosplayer. So yeah, I just think that's a really elitist and closed-minded way of looking at it. Now, there is one rule in particular that I both agree with and disagree with, and that is the idea that you have to love the character you're cosplaying, you have to have some kind of connection to the character you're cosplaying, and you have to know a lot about that character. Now, I agree with it in the sense that that's what I do. All the characters that I cosplay, at the very least, I like the character enough to justify putting forth all the energy and time and money it takes to put the costume together. And I know, at the very least, I've spent a significant amount of time on that character's Wikipedia page, no less. You know, finding out what they're about, what their powers are, what their personality is, things like that. But again, that's the bare minimum for me. Like, the vast majority of the characters I cosplay as, if I don't like them a lot, I love them. I know a crap ton about the character. I know the character inside and out, things like that. So the vast majority of the characters I cosplay, then I really do know them and I really do love them. But I don't agree with that rule in the sense that I don't believe in pushing that onto somebody else. Why? Because I believe that there are crap tons of other reasons why people might want to cosplay. Now, the reasons I'm going to list, this is not a exhaustive or comprehensive list, and I by no means am the authority on valid reasons for cosplaying. These reasons are just ones that make sense to me, and I don't see any reason why they should be invalid reasons. If any of you guys got any other reasons that I don't list, please let me know. Please hit me up in the comments. Let me know. I would love to know what makes you tick, what motivates you as a cosplayer. So you have some people who cosplay as characters because they look at that character's design and they see that design as a challenge. They say, hey, that costume, that suit of armor or whatever, that looks like a challenge. Let me see if I can rise to that challenge. Let me see if I can meet that challenge. One person in particular, if you guys caught my interview with Tanya from Thrill Builds, that's what makes her go. She just loves making things. She gets a thrill out of making costumes and props and things like that. So she may find out more about a character in the process of making that costume, making that prop, making that armor. But she'll be really quick to tell you, like, don't roll up on me at a con and try to quiz me now that you see me dressed as your favorite character or somebody from your favorite fandom. She'll say, hey, I know a little bit about this character, but don't stop right there. Don't let me disappoint you. I don't know that much about this character. And honestly, I don't see a problem with that. If somebody is making the costume because that's what they like doing, who are you to tell them they can't wear it or cosplay it themselves simply because they don't know that much about it, So that's one reason. Another one is some people will look at a character and they like the aesthetic of that character, aka they think that character looks cool. So they may decide, hey, that character looks cool, I want to dress up as that character, I want to wear that costume. Again, I don't see any problem with that. Another thing is some people really just like being in costume. Some people like being in costume and like being around other people in costume, and they feel like they shouldn't have to wait until Halloween for that to happen. So people will cosplay and go to conventions simply for the fun of dressing up. And again, I don't see why that's a problem. I don't see why that's not a valid reason. Here's another one, and this may be, I might be by myself on this one. I might be alone, and this may be a controversial one, but you know, some people cosplay for the attention. Oh no, they're cosplaying for attention. That's so bad. That's such a cosplay sin. Yeah, you guys, if you can't tell, I'm being very sarcastic there. I don't see why cosplaying for attention is an invalid reason. I'm probably gonna do another whole video on just that topic. I know I say that a lot, but that's gonna happen. But yeah, I don't see why that's an invalid reason. So there's so many other reasons why somebody could cosplay other than they love the character. And I know what some of you guys may be saying, and you know, there's some annoyance and frustration that comes along with going to a convention where you're expecting to interact with people of a similar fandom and geek out and have long conversations about the fandom that you like or the character that you like. And it's a little bit of a letdown, it's a little bit of a disappointment when you walk up on that person who is wearing a costume from that fandom and you start having a conversation with them and you find out that they have a very limited knowledge of that fandom or that character. I get it. That can be a letdown. That can be frustrating. That can be annoying. You have your rights to that. I can't say it doesn't happen to me. I'm annoyed and disappointed every time I find another Transformers fan, and then I find out that they only are knowledgeable about the Bayverse. The only Transformer they can name is Bumblebee, things like that. Does that annoy me? Yes, but I don't have the right to call that person a fake fan or a poser or faker or anything like that just because they don't like the era that I liked, just because they don't know as much about it as I do. They still have every right to call themselves a fan and to cosplay as that character. And here's the thing, they didn't cosplay for me. They didn't cosplay to attract people to talk to. They cosplayed for whatever reason they wanted to. So yes, do you have the right to be annoyed and frustrated? Yes, but you don't have the right to take that out on that person. You don't have the right to put that person down and disrespect that person just because you think they're a faker or whatever. So yeah, let that person cosplay for whatever reason they wanted to. You know, they're having fun. Let them have fun in the way they want to. Just like you're going to have fun the way you want to. Nobody's going to judge you or shame you for that, or they shouldn't judge you or shame you for that. So yeah, I'm just saying that there are so many other reasons why people choose a cosplay other than just loving the character. And if that reason doesn't match your reason, or if that reason isn't one you approve of, so what? Let them do their thing. That's it. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good time, whatever con you're going to next. Y'all, good luck on your cosplay builds. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that share button. And I will see y'all at the next video. Peace.